What's up, Fanversation? Kari Lane here, and with the Animationist Film Festival. How are you involved with the Animationist Film Festival?
I am the director of the Animationist Film Festival.
What does that entail exactly? Like getting ready for a festival, in a nutshell, what is that experience like for you?
I mean, it's a little bit of everything. I mean, it's kind of putting on a big party for a weekend. So think of it as just planning a really, really cool wedding where you're just inviting thousands and thousands of your best friends that are all like-minded, and they're celebrating animation for an entire weekend. And that's really what this is about.
What do you feel is the significance of having a film festival dedicated to animation?
I think the significance is having a festival celebrated to the idea that that animation is not a genre of film, and I was just saying this, and I'm dating myself when I make this reference, but if you would go to a video store where all animated films are lumped together in one section, and that is not accurate. That you have animated films that are for children and families, you have animated films that are for adults, you have animated films that are genuinely scary, and there are animated films that are genuinely funny, and the idea of animation as a genre of, oh yeah, I like animated films. I mean, that's an absurd statement. I mean, there's a vast collection of genres that exist within animation, and so this festival is really about celebrating that idea and people understanding it.
Were there any particular themes that stood out, or any particular concepts that seemed to be more prominent?
Wow, that's a great question. I'd have to think about that, because usually if you take a little bit of time and look at the lineup, you can sort of see patterns develop, and it's kind of interesting when the films are almost talking to each other. I'm thinking off the top of my head, Memoir of a Snail, which is closing the festival tomorrow, and the film Flow, which is actually having its Los Angeles premiere tonight, or West Coast premiere tonight. These are films that are very much about family and found family and what's that like. And so, these are two independent productions that, are touching on a lot of the same thematic issues. And I think, just because you gave me the question on the spot, I think if I think about it, I could probably think of 3 or 4 more titles that are in the program this year that probably would line up with the same theme.
Was there anything different for you this year? Because the festival has been going for a number of years now. Was anything, or was it even easier to do again because you've now had the successful run for multiple years in a row now?
Yeah, I think that, we're seeing it this year just in terms of the attendance, which is, we're only on the second day. We've already shattered every record in terms of, the number of sellouts, the number of people that are coming. Thank you very much. But, we're kind of taking an informal poll before every screening of, who's visiting Animationist Film for the first time, and a lot of hands are going up. So I think that, I think I lost the track of the original question, but I think that, I think that, over the last couple of years, more people are aware of who we are, what we're doing, what our mission is. And so I'm seeing a lot of the same faces come back year after year, but I'm seeing a lot of new faces. And so that's really, really exciting.
And anything else you'd like to add about this year's thus far, or what animation film has in store for the future?
I think we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. I think the hope is that, as more and more people get excited about this idea and this mission, that they'll come out and they'll support it. And, I think the goal ultimately is always that we want animated films to be part of the conversation when awards are given out and when critics are making their top 10 lists of these are the best films of the year. And I think that there's just kind of this sort of built-in bias that this is not something that belongs in that area, and it's not true. These are some extraordinary films that you can see this year, and people should celebrate that.
Awesome. And anything you'd like to tell the fans?
Thanks for supporting and loving animation, and there's still a day and a half of this festival, and then there'll be another one next year. So,
great. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks for talking.